How to open a nursery in the UK from abroad. Thinking about opening a nursery in the UK but feeling a bit lost because you're from abroad? You're not alone. It can feel like a lot, but don't stress. I've got your back, because in today's video I'm going to break it all down for you, nice and easy. From getting the paperwork sorted to finding the perfect spot, we'll cover it all. But before we get started in turning your dream into reality, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel, Open Nursery, with myself, Kurt Liania, where I support you to open, run and grow your own nursery. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. I post lots of videos all helping you to open, run and grow your own nursery. So after this one, why don't you check out some of my others, like why starting a nursery is one of the best businesses to start in the UK, or how I made over 100k in a year running my nursery. Subscribe so you can get the best advice about opening your own nursery. So today's topic is super important, especially for those who aren't from the UK but want to set up a nursery here. I know the idea of opening a business in a new country can feel pretty overwhelming. There are different rules, regulations, and even a different way of doing things. But don't worry, I'm going to guide you through the process step by step, so that by the end of this, you'll have a clear idea of what to do and how to make it all happen. If you plan to open a business in another country, is get advice from some people in the country that do the same thing. So by watching this video, you're making a great start, but sometimes you need more tailored advice. So if you need that advice to open your own nursery in the UK, then get in contact with me. I offer consultations and mentorship to help guide you through the whole process, so you can not only understand the nursery field better, but also start your business off successfully. But let's get into the steps, starting with the main one, regulations. Running a nursery in the UK means you have to follow some pretty strict rules, and it's a good idea to get familiar with these right away. The main thing that you need to be aware of is the Early Foundation Stage Framework, or the EYFS. This sets out the standards for learning, development and care for children from birth to 5 years old. It covers important stuff like how many staff you need per child, how to keep children safe, and what kind of activities you should be offering. Now on top of that, if you're opening a nursery in England, you need to register with Ofsted, which is the government body that inspects childcare settings. Though if you're in other parts of the UK, there are other bodies that do this. These bodies will check to make sure that you're following all the rules and that you're providing a safe, nurturing environment for the children. So how do you get started with this? First, hop onto the UK government website and have a good read through the EYFS framework. It might seem a bit long, but it's your best friend when it comes to knowing what is expected. After that, go to the Ofsted website and get the ball rolling on registering your nursery. You have to pass an inspection before you can open, so it's good to get this process started early. If you do get confused along the process, or you're not sure where to start, then feel free to reach out to me, as I know the UK early years system very well. I've opened a few nurseries myself, and I've helped hundreds get started on opening theirs too, some of which now own multiple nurseries. I can work with you to walk you through the process and ensure that you're on the right track. Now, if you're setting up a nursery from abroad, you'll need to sort out your visa situation. There are a few different options, but the innovator visa or the startup visa are usually the best bets for opening a business in the UK. These visas allow you to live and work here, as long as your business idea, which will be your nursery, is endorsed by an approved body. Once you sort out your visa, you'll need to officially set up a nursery as a business. In the UK, most nurseries are either registered as a limited company or a sole trader. A limited company gives you more protection as your personal assets are kept separate from your business, though on the other hand, being a sole trader can give you more control, but you won't have the same level of protection if something goes wrong. So what's next? Firstly, do some research about which visa is best for you. You can find lots of helpful information on the UK government website. Once you've got that sorted, it's time to register your business. If you're setting up a limited company, you'll need to register with Companies House. If you're going down the sole trader route, you'll need to register with HMRC. Now, this might sound complicated, but it's pretty straightforward once you start. Now let's talk about money. Opening your nursery may not be cheap, and you'll need to plan your finances carefully. You'll have to budget for things like renting or buying your space, buying equipment, staff wages, and insurance. If you're coming from abroad, working with someone like myself can help you get a handle of the budget and on how much everything will cost. If you don't have enough money up front, then don't worry. There are options. There are various ways to secure funding in the UK, including business loans, government grants, and even private investors. So how do you sort your finances? Start by making a detailed business plan. This will help you to figure out exactly how much you'll need to get your nursery off the ground and keep it running. Include everything: rent, utilities, wages, toys, and even little things like cleaning supplies. Then look into the funding options. The UK offers small businesses loans and grants, which could be a great help for you. And if you're not sure where to start, seek advice. Next, location, location, location. This really matters when it comes to running a nursery. You need to find a place that's easy for parents to get to, preferably with good parking or good public transport nearby. Plus, it should be in an area with lots of young families who need childcare. If you're not familiar with UK towns and cities, take some time to do the research. You can look up demographic info online or even visit a few areas in person. Once you find a place, make sure the building meets all safety and space requirements for running a nursery. It's also best to find a place which has a good outdoor area for kids to play. So how do you pick the right spot? Start by researching different areas online, focusing on places with lots of young families. You can also work with local estate agents to help you to find a suitable property. Once you've narrowed down a few options, make sure to check that the building is up to code and has enough room for the kids to play both inside and out. This will make a nursery more appealing to parents and ensure that you're meeting all the legal requirements. The next step will be hiring staff and building your team. Your team is going to be the backbone of your nursery, so hiring the right people is so important. In the UK, there are specific rules about who can work with children. Staff need to have the right qualifications, like a level 3 early years educator certificate, and they'll need to pass a DBS check, which is basically like a criminal background check. But qualifications aren't everything. You need to find staff who are passionate about working with children and who can share your vision for your nursery. This will create a positive environment for both your children and for your parents. So how do you hire the right people? Start by looking at what qualifications are required under the EYFS framework. Then advertise your job openings on local job boards like Indeed or Nursery World Jobs, or work with a recruitment agency that specializes in early years education. Make sure everyone you hire passes the DBS check and take time to find people who really care about working with children. A great team can make all the difference. Now that you've got everything set up, you need to let parents know that your nursery exists. Most parents in the UK will search for nurseries online, so having a strong online presence is key. You'll need a professional website and active social media accounts to show off what makes your nursery special. It's also a good idea to host open days where parents can come and see the nursery in person. This gives them a chance to meet you, see the space, and get a feel for what their child's day would look like. So how do you market your nursery? Start by building a user-friendly website that highlights all the great things about your nursery. Be sure to include things like fees, operating hours, and how to get in touch with you. Social media is a great way to show parents what's happening in your nursery day to day. Post photo activities, share testimonials, and keep them updated on upcoming events. Hosting open days and offering trial sessions will help parents feel more confident about choosing your nursery. But if you want more ideas on how to market a nursery, then check out the book that I've written, 99 Proven Ways to Market Your Childcare Business. As the title says, it contains 99 different ways that you can implement to help get more children through your door. It's available on Amazon in all locations, so no matter where you're from, you can get yourself a copy. But that's it. Opening a nursery in the UK from abroad might seem like a lot to take on, but if you break it down step by step, it's totally doable. From understanding regulations to getting your business up and running and building a great team, you can make it happen. Just remember to take your time and get the right support where needed. If you do need any guidance and want some expert advice on doing so, then there's no better person than working directly with me. I offer a complete mentorship program where I walk you through the whole process. Through this, I can visit your potential building if you're not able to and see whether it's suitable for a nursery. I help with the recruitment, plus it involves regular meetings where I can ensure that you're on track and you can ask me any questions along the way. If this is something that you would be interested in, then simply click the link here to find out more about it. Plus, if you're unsure about opening a nursery in the UK, then click the video that's on the screen now to find out why it's one of the best businesses to start. But thank you for watching, and if you found the video useful, make sure you hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. I look forward to supporting you. God bless.